It is with great pleasure that I come here to shed light on the visionary initiatives of Mavericks Academy founded in the early months of 2023. The Academy was established with a singular ambition to set the standards for excellence in preparing students for the most challenging competitive examinations in the state. At the core of Mavericks Academy is an esteemed academic team comprising highly qualified and experienced educators from our state. These compassionate and dedicated mentors are committed to providing aspirants with top-notch educations, unwavering guidance, and unparalleled mentorship. Today, we are honored to have with us a speaker who will highlight the crucial role that the Academy plays in shaping the aspirations and future of our students. Hello viewers, I am Seyie Chuzho, your host for the day, and I am here to discuss about the ever-evolving landscape of the education and examination system in Nagaland through the initiatives of the Mavericks Academy Kohima. And we hope to bring out the most intriguing and thought-provoking narratives of this episode. And so without further ado, let's welcome our esteemed mentor and co-founder of Mavericks Academy Kohima, who will provide us with deeper understanding of academics' mission, visions, goals, its importance, and the impact it is making on today's landscape in educational system in Nagaland today. So welcome to the show, sir. So we would love to know about you first, maybe your name. Please introduce yourself and let the viewers know about what inspired you to start this educational, coaching center like Mavericks Academy in Kohima.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Vedezo Nienu, and I am one of the co-founders of Mavericks Academy. And currently, I'm serving in the government of Nagaland in the Secretariat Finance Department. And it's an absolute pleasure to be in front of all of you today, and hoping that today's session will be an enlightenment for all of us. So, looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir. So could you briefly introduce about your employees in your academy and discuss the roles of the mentors and tutors in guiding students towards their academic goals?
Okay, we have a wonderful bunch of teachers with us. One of our teachers is Sir Hurato. He has done his education from Delhi School of Economics and London School of Economics. And we also have other faculties like Sir Dr. Vekulhu Tetsuo, and he has appeared NPSC interview 10 times, and he's quite a brilliant teacher when it comes to general science.
That's very impressive because, never giving up attitude because a lot of people tend to give up along, the road of appearing several times, appearing exam several times and trying to pursue this, but at the end of the day he succeeded. I think that's a very good story for all of us to be motivated and never give up. Okay, sir, so coming back to the academy, what are the key benefits and its importance of enrolling an educational coaching center for students preparing for exams like NPSC and NSSB?
While coaching isn't the only factor necessary for an aspirant to crack the exam, there are multiple factors. Example, the dedication of the aspirant is also very important. Okay. However, one of the benefits of coaching is that, you have, especially the mentors, those who have gone through the entire phase of the examination, those who have gone through the ups, the downs, and those who know all the hoops, the obstacles, the challenges that the students will face. So, the advantage of coaching is that students are able to get guidance, first-hand guidance, especially from well-seasoned and experienced mentors. That is the first thing. And second thing is, in coaching centers, one of the advantages is that you are in an ecosystem where you are surrounded by peers, those who are pursuing the same thing. So in a sense, it also helps to create accountability with each other also every day among the students also. And what we try to do is that we also try to organize some extracurricular activities aside from the normal coaching classes to ensure that students are not only taught about the theoretical side of things, but also about the importance of teamwork, how to live in a wider social environment, and how to interact. So I feel like, see, developing interpersonal skills is also very important for success in any career. So, coaching really helps in that aspect also. Yeah, that's what.
You tend to prepare students for competitive exams, cases like that. Okay, thank you. What kind of resources and support do you provide for to help the students excel in their studies, for that matter?
With regards to the resource, see, there are standard materials for every subject. For example, we have two types of materials. One is objective based and the other is descriptive based. So for objective based materials, that is mainly towards prelims, for prelims. Whereas for the descriptive based materials, that is mainly geared for subjects such as general English and general studies paper 2, which students will encounter in the mains examination. So there are two types of materials that we provide, and most of the materials that we provide are well researched, handcrafted by the teachers themselves. And even me also, I'm taking time to curate the materials so that the materials are based on the latest exam pattern and trends. See, because
So it does not normally rely on a book, but you curate the questions yourself.
yes, exactly, exactly. See, because the standard materials that are available in the market are not always oriented towards NPAC exam. So what we try to do is that we take the standard books and we refer to a lot of other sources, and we handcraft the material in such a way that is 100% in alignment with the latest exam trends. So that is what we do here.
So is there any way to keep parents informed about their child's progress and development in the academy?
Exactly. See what we do is that, see, our institute, we maintain a roster. So in the roster, all the attendance of the students are clearly recorded. So if the students are absent beyond a certain threshold, let's say for more than 1 week, we make it sure that the parents or the guardians are informed. Because, see, parents, they spend a lot of money, a lot of resources, and they sacrifice a lot to get their children the best education. So we try to ensure that the parents are also informed, right? So I feel like that is very important. And aside from that, we also, as a teacher and as a mentor, sometimes I also scold the student also, and that is not in a negative way, but I believe that sometimes to mold, to train a student, exactly, sometimes correction is also necessary. So that's what we try to do on our side.
That's impressive. I think it is very important, essential for all students to get to learn. And I was wondering, how do you handle students who are actually struggling academically or experiencing learning difficulties? Because not all students come from the same, learning abilities. So what do you do about it?
See, as a teacher, we also realize that students have different capabilities, temperaments, skills, right? So, what we try to do is that, yes, of course, see, in certain areas, size fits all approach is also necessary, but in certain areas, I feel personalized hand holding is also very much required. So what we try to do is that every day after I take my classes, I invite at least 2-3 students to my office, and I have intimate discussion with them about some of the challenges that they are facing, and I try my best to help them wherever possible. And aside from that, see, when it comes to CSAT mathematics, see, in Nagaland, students really struggle in CSAT mathematics, and also what we have done is that we have bifurcated the classes into 2 groups. The first group are the groups that are quite well versed in CSAT. Example, they are thorough with the fundamentals. They are very good in math. So, and the other batch, other group are the students, those who lack even the basic fundamental knowledge about CSAT. So what we try to do is that before the commencement of the classes, of the main classes, we give separate classes only on the basic fundamentals.
More like a crash course for certain students?
Yes, exactly. So it's like a preparatory class. Yeah, a preparatory class. No?
So what is the overall philosophy or approach system to education that drives your coaching center's mission from the rest of the other coaching centers? If you could say something about it.
See, for me, I don't believe in belittling other coaching institutions to leave our coaching institution. I feel like this practice is not healthy also, because by putting other people's down or casting aspirations on the capability or the character of other coaching institutions, I feel is not wise also. So I cannot say for others, but what we can say for us is that, see, we believe in the principle of service. So the Bible says, he who wants to be the greatest of all should learn to be a servant of all. So what we are trying to do and learn and teach ourselves in the process is that our institution is based on the motto of service, service, service. Okay. So see, I really like one of the quote given by Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He gave a very famous quote in which he said that service to man is service to God. So I really believe in that philosophy. So if we are able to give the best service possible to the students, I believe that that will enable our institutions also to grow and to expand. See, because at the end of the day, client satisfaction is the utmost important. Right. Yep. So that is our philosophy. Yeah.
Okay. Earlier, you mentioned about curating your own papers, questions, books, answers. Like, I wanted to know, how do you stay up to date with the latest trends and development in education to enhance your coaching program?
See, that is a very good question. See, as a teacher, I always try to keep myself updated with my subject matter. Okay. For example, I'm teaching polity, Indian polity, as well as Nagaland. So, especially the art and culture portion. So, what I try to do is that, see, for me, the standard books that are available in the market with regards to Nagaland is not at all satisfactory. So, I try to go and refer to more sources. For example, I'm reading books by Charles Chase and some of the other books written by other scholars like Tajenba and Naga authors. Most all of them are Naga authors. So, and right now, and even Prakash Singh, he served in Nagaland between the years 1965 to 68. So these are some of the wonderful books written by Naga authors. So I try to go through them to enhance my knowledge also, in terms of, and not forgetting the arts and crafts by Tajenba also. Sorry, Alem Chiba. So I'm referring to all of those things.
No, it's great to keep our knowledge up to date, especially serving in a coaching institution, Yeah, truly. So one more thing is, can you talk about the community outreach or social initiatives that your academy is involved in the support of education beyond your premises? Like, how do you outreach other people beyond your academy?
Exactly, that's a very good question. So our institution believes in the idea of corporate social responsibility. So as we grow, the society also has to be benefited from our growth. So what we are trying to do right now is that we are sponsoring. We have a Mavericks Academy Academic Excellence Prize, which is given to the students of Sazole College as well as Science College. So in there, we give every year monetary benefits to meritorious students from those colleges. So two students from both colleges. So one is postgraduate and the other is graduate. So these are the two prizes we give, and along with that, we also give citation from our institute, and along with that, as a bonus, we also give the opportunity to the students, if they are willing, to come and take 100% scholarship in our, especially coaching in our institute. So that is 100% scholarship. So no money is taken. Yeah. So that is what we're trying to do. And recently also, we also conducted scholarship exams for around 40 people, out of which the top 10 people were given 100% free scholarship.
That's very rare, especially in Nagaland. I think a lot of students should pursue this if provided over time.
Exactly, 100%. And to add to that, and we also had a tie-up with the advisor of social welfare, Sir Wampang Konyak, who recently got elected to the Legislative Assembly, and he sponsored 15 students to our institute. So we're really grateful to him and to Sir also for that and his generosity towards his constituents. These are some of the activities that we're doing also, and we plan and hope that in the coming years, with the other colleges, we will be able to get the opportunity to tie up with them also, and these are some of our plans for the future. Yeah.
Do you envision to tie up with furthermore other colleges and institutions regardless of the Sazole College and this Science College Kohima?
Definitely, definitely. If they are willing, that is.
How do you go, tie up with them, or they come forward and, do they come forward?
No, actually, we have to really take our time to go out and meet them, discuss with them. So there are some more colleges we are discussing, but right now still in process. So once, hopefully, things will get finalized in the coming months. Yeah. Yep.
Do you approach through some seminaries or like just college executives and principals, or?
Actually, what we do is that we go and conduct seminars. So especially seminars for the students of those colleges. So so it's like a career counseling or guidance type of thing. So we go and we share about the different exams that are available both in Nagaland as well as in India also. Example, NPSC, NSSB, technical, educational, and SSC, CAPF. So there are different types of examination, both held in the state as well as nationally. So we try to go and appraise the students on the different types of examinations that are available, because one of the problems that I see is that most of the students know only NPSC, right? So there are exams more than NPSC. So we try to appraise them on those things, and as well as we also try to tell the students also that if some of you are not willing to take the path of government to pursue your aspirations in the government sector, there are always other paths which are available for everyone. Yeah, so that is what we try to do during those. So through these seminars, we're able to build a connection with the college, and that is how we take things further.
Okay, so what advice would you actually give to students who are considering enrolling in the Educational Coaching Center to achieve their academic goals and clear competitive exams successfully?
See, one advice I want to give to the students is that coaching alone is not sufficient. In fact, I should say coaching is only 50% of the work. Okay. The rest, they have to put in the effort. So effort means answer writing practice becomes quite critical. See, so what is answer writing? Answer writing is the ability to articulate your thoughts and ideas effectively, concisely, in such a way that you'll get good marks in the exam. So that is articulation skills. So in order to develop good articulation skills, it takes time, right? Repetitive practice is required.
Right.
Example, say, supposing you have given your mains examination, right? So the evaluator who is evaluating your answers will judge you based on what you have written on that piece of paper within 3 hours, right? Yes. The evaluator cannot see you. The evaluator cannot see your character, your whatever, right? So you will be judged based on what you have written within that 3-hour window. So it is very important that your writing skills should be on the top, on point, I should say. So that is very important. And in the interviews, your communication skills, your personality, how you present yourself, the way you groom yourself, and the way you carry yourself, your posture, your speech, your choice of words, I believe this becomes very important in the interview stage also. So see, interview stage is not about test of knowledge per se. It is more about
personality.
Yeah, how you carry yourself, your personality, your character, your way you greet the members when you go inside the hall. So all of these different factors becomes very important. So that's why we used to encourage our students by saying that, see, at the end of the day, if you are very educated, very knowledgeable also, intelligent also, if you do not groom yourself to become an officer, people will not make you an officer, right? Because officer like quality is very important, I feel. Yeah.
No, definitely. That's truly said. I mean, I'm getting to learn at the same time. What would you say about those parents or students? Like, I think that inclusive of me, this ideology of not having to go to coaching centers and just appear exams, those people that thought that it may not probably be necessary. Like, what you would you say about that? Because I am on that side of the, people that think about this. Yeah.
Of course, see, what I can say is that, see, just because there is a book does not mean you don't need a teacher. Just because there is a Bible does not mean you don't need a pastor, right? See, the text may be there, but you need somebody to interpret those texts. See, because sometimes the Bible also, if you go through the text of the Bible, if you don't know the context, the hidden meaning of the text, what it says, you'll be able to misinterpret and misunderstand the text also. So, just because there is a text does not mean you don't need an interpreter. So, in the same way, one of the advantages of coaching centers is that supposing difficult subjects such as polity is a conceptual based subject. So certain subjects like polity, if you go through by yourself in the first attempt, in the first glance, you won't be able to understand most of the parts. Of course, most of the parts are discernible, but sometimes to understand the concepts and all, it becomes very difficult. So why you need a teacher is because you need a teacher to break down those complicated concepts into simplified parts which students are able to digest also. And see, one of the advantages of having teachers, those who have attended the exam multiple times, is that, see, teachers are able to, see, first of all, teachers have crystallized knowledge when it comes to that subject because they have referred to different book sources, and that is how they are able to come to a holistic, mature understanding of that subject. So they are able to present the subject in such a way that is palatable to the students also and comprehensible to the students, most importantly. So I feel that is important.
Okay. No, rightly said. So what would you say about those students or academicians who attempted the exam several times and were not able to crack it and were discouraged, and some in verge to give up dreams, but some still pursuing, although, like, how would you encourage or motivate those experienced students or trying to attempt, several times?
See, first of all, I believe I can really give some inputs with regards to that because I myself have gone through repetitive failure in this exam. For example, I was able to clear the exam only in my fourth attempt and in my third interview, my fourth base and my third interview. So that failures, those phase of failures have really taught me something, is that it has really taught me the importance of developing values such as endurance, perseverance, and the ability to go on when you want to give up, the ability to study when you don't want to study anymore. So I believe these are qualities that can only take place in the season of failure. That's why I feel like sometimes people, those who have gone through a lot of failure, they come up more refined, they come out more well-rounded as a person also. So I believe, see, it is said that a diamond is a piece of coal which is created under pressure. And gold is something that's refined in the furnace. When a gold is subjected to extreme pressure and temperature, all the impurities get sucked out, and at the end, it is only the pure gold that remains, right? So I really believe that our trials, disappointments, dejections, depressions that we go through in life, these are all tools that God uses to refine us in the process. So for me, I thank God that I went through those seasons of failure. Not saying that I'm already perfect. I'm also a work in progress. So much more to learn, so much more to grow. There are so many areas in me that I'm still very immature. I really have to mature in those areas, and I lack maturity in many things also, and especially impatience is one of them. Short-tempered is also one of them. But somehow I know God is using the difficulties in my life to shape, mold me into becoming that person He wants me to become. So in order to become like Christ in a way, in everything. I know that is a very daunting task. It may seem impossible, but that God has His way, right?
Right.
Because God has see, in the Bible also we see many stories about how God uses trials, tribulations, and even setbacks in order to raise up men and women of God. Example, say Moses, right? So I just want to highlight a little bit of this. Moses, example, he knew that he was called to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? But he acted in haste, and he tried by his own strength, and as a result, one Egyptian was murdered. So later, when the information went to Pharaoh, Moses had to flee the palace in order to escape the king's wrath. He went to the wilderness 40 years. It took 40 years for God to humble him in the process. And later, when Moses came back to the king's palace, it is said by the Bible that Moses became the most humble person. So see, what is the difference there? It is the process of humbling and refining that changed Moses into who he is. I just want to draw one more correlation to the Bible. Joseph, right? Joseph, he knew from a young age that he was going to become the prime minister, right? So later, out of excitement and his noviceness also, I should say, and immaturity also, he told his brothers and his father about how in his dream, all his brothers and fathers were kneeling down before him. So because of that, it caused jealousy in the heart of his brothers, and that is how he was sold into slavery, right? And he went to Potiphar's palace, and Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of trying to rape her, and that is how he was sent to the dungeon. And in the dungeon, we see how God used Moses to interpret the dreams of the cupbearer, as well as the one was the butler. I think I forgot exactly, but because of that, he was able to finally reach he was able to get an audience with the king, and in that he was able to interpret the dream of the king, and that is how he was elevated to the post of the prime minister. So see, when we look at the life of Joseph also, his life was betrayal after betrayal, setbacks after setbacks after setbacks, right? So who knows, God might be building a Moses, a Joseph out of people those who are failing. And say, I tell to the people those who have failed in this exam, never give up, it's okay. And even if you don't make it in this exam also, it's okay. Life is much more bigger than NPSC, UPSC. Come on, man. Life is much more bigger. I tell you, if you try your best, give your best in this exam, and even if you fail also, go and try other things. Right. Maybe God has something for you there, right? So you go and try over there. I tell you, you will succeed elsewhere, because God has a plan for you elsewhere. That is what I can say to them. Yeah.
I always believe that God has appointed us with different anointings to fulfill different purpose in life. So we all need men and women of God in all professions. So be it administration, entrepreneur, business, or any other field, God does teach us grace through trials, through tribulations. Like you said, I understood that way. So we should never give up. That's what his message is about. I understood that way. Anyway, okay, so how do you encourage those students or young people in Nagaland who does not want to pursue competitive exams and want to pursue other things in life and are stuck, or wanted to have a lead, have a door opened in life? How do you motivate those young people?
See, for me, even me also, I can't give advice in every area because I lack expertise in certain areas. So obviously, I'm not in a position of authority to tell other people advice with regards to certain areas. But one thing I can say is that, see, life is more than NPSC, UPSC, and if you want to pursue a dream of entrepreneurship and all, I believe, see, even me also, I have friends. Those are very successful entrepreneurs at a very young age, and they are doing extremely well. And I know one day they will succeed. And I really believe this when I say this. I really believe that they will become one of the richest in Nagaland. With full confidence, I can say that. Wow. So, see, if you want to pursue the path of entrepreneurship, I believe that is a very noble path that you can pursue. So, one thing I really want to encourage you is don't just go by what the crowd is going, right? We should not have herd mentality. I believe it is time for the young people also to forge their own path. It's time for them to be trailblazers in other areas as well. For example, we need farmers, right, in Nagaland. We need somebody to grow our crops so that we can keep ourselves fed, right? So we need farmers. Agro-based industries are becoming more important in the coming years, and we need entrepreneurs, right? See, because why is entrepreneurs important? Why do Nagaland need entrepreneurs? Number one is entrepreneurs are assets to the states. Government servants are also asset, but what I have to say is entrepreneurs are much more asset to the state. Sometimes our society does not value entrepreneurs. Why are entrepreneurs are assets to the state? Let me just try to elaborate on that. Number one, they pay taxes, right? Entrepreneurs generate wealth, they pay taxes to the government, number one. Number two, they create employment. Number three, they create value in the market.
Right.
They solve societal problems, right? So if we really look into it, entrepreneurs are much more of an asset than bureaucrats. I can boldly say that.
Logically looking into the system, no one would disagree.
100%.
Yeah. So in a way of developing one's skills and improving one's personality, it will lead to, success at the end of the day. That's what you mean?
Exactly.
Okay. So can you briefly discuss the role of parents and guardians in supporting their children's educational journey and maximizing the benefits of coaching centers?
See, one thing I just want to encourage the parents or the guardians is that always try to see their guidance, their mentorship in the everyday life of the students becomes very important, because family is the first institution in which inculcation of moral values, principles takes place, right? So I believe family is the most important thing. So I believe parents have a great responsibility with regards to that. And with regards to some of the guardians that are here, even if they are not your children, also you should treat them as if like they are your children, because one day you will also have to place the life of your children in the hands of someone as guardians, right? So if you are faithful in what is another's, God will also make it sure that other people are also faithful to your children later on. So this is the best advice I can give. And for me, I'm not a parent myself, so I cannot give advice more than that, but that's the only advice I can give.
No, because why I ask is because there are a lot of parents and guardians that pay off the coaching fees and, does not monitor however the children or the student is, progressing and let it slide. And at the end of the day, they crack it or not, they have to, readmit again and throw another bunch of money. So I've seen a lot of people like that. So I think it is necessary on the part of those parents and guardians to also, involve in their children's activity, day-to-day activity, and how they are progressing daily. Yeah, that's how I feel. Not just coaching institution and personality development and staying updated to one's knowledge, but I think parents' role is truly important. Is it not? I truly feel that way. Anyway, coming to the last question. So I want to ask, what is your message to student, parents, and educators about the importance of investing in quality education through coaching centers to unlock their full potentials and achieve academic success?
Okay. So the message to the students that I can give is that try to be faithful. I believe faithfulness is very important. So try to attend the class regularly and try to pay attention, ask questions. Most importantly, ask questions, because Naga students don't ask questions.
We often speak.
We never ask
Rarely
questions.
speak.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if you don't ask questions, you don't hold your teachers to account.
Right.
See, if you ask difficult questions to your teachers, you know what will happen? Your teachers will be forced to study harder, right? Because for a teacher not able to answer the question of the student inside the classroom becomes quite, we lose face in front of our students. So no teacher wants to do that. So if you ask difficult questions to the students, teachers are going to give in more hard work only. And secondly, students, I just want to say is that, see, this exam requires not only studying, but quality study and strategic study. So what I'm trying to say is that refer to the previous year's question paper. That is absolutely critical. And based on your referral to the previous year's question paper, try to make notes that are in alignment with the previous year's question paper. Thirdly, your notes have to be very concise and precise to the point that you are able to revise very quickly before the exam. Because see, in the mains examination, just say this year our mains examination was on April 8, 9, 10, right? So you don't even get one day in between. So unless your notes are very crisp and very concise, how are you going to revise everything? Impossible. So that is the second thing I'll tell to the students. And the third thing I can tell to the students is that Practice answer writing. Answer writing is absolutely crucial to cracking the exam. See, why is answer writing important? See, you may have all the knowledge in the world, however, if you're not able to articulate whatever you have accrued over the years of preparation, how is it going to help you, right? So, articulation becomes very important, so answer writing becomes absolutely essential. For me, I'm very weak in maths, right? So I know that in GS paper 1 I always struggle. So what I tried to do was that I tried to overcompensate for my lack in GS paper 1 with the other papers. So in the year that I was able to crack, luckily I was able to score good marks in English as well as paper 2. So it's the only reason I've cracked the exam. So I have to give credit 100% to my the art of answer writing, practicing the art of answer writing. And the fourth thing I have to tell to the students is that see, especially one thing I see among Naga students is that most of us, we have low self-esteem, right?
Right.
Low self-esteem, especially Nagas, and most people think low self-esteem is a virtue. It's not a virtue. Low self-esteem is just low self-esteem. It's not humility.
Lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. Most importantly, the most important message I can give is that learn to trust in God and believe what God says you are and who God says you are, right? Because sometimes in this day and age where there is so much confusion about identity, personality and all, I believe being rooted in who God says we are is absolutely crucial, because at the end of the day, whatever we do, whatever success we may achieve in life flows out from that inner identity that we have. Example, the Bible says, as a person thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the image of yourself inside becomes very important. For me, honestly, I never have, of course, there are times where I struggle through seasons of low self-esteem and all of those things. And even today also, I really struggle in that. But every time when these temptations of feeling low about myself, beating myself comes, I always remind myself, go back to the Bible and remind myself that I am a masterpiece of God, right? God has made me in his own image. God has said that I'm wonderfully and beautifully made. So why the hell should I have low self-esteem? Never.
Right.
So having a positive image of yourself is absolutely crucial. And I believe that is humility. Humility is not saying I'm stupid, I'm like an earthworm. That's not humility. Secondly, I believe you need to set big visions. Luckily, I'm surrounded by friends, those who have big vision. Honestly, you cannot fly like the eagle by hanging out with chickens. Honestly, Kwazi. 100%. People say, show me 5 of your friends and I can show you your future. That is absolutely crucial. Why? Because the persons you rub your shoulder every day creates this psyche in you, either positive or negative, as you get into a prolonged relationship with them, right? So I believe relationships are very crucial, friends. So luckily I have friends, those who think big, those who dream big. And by the way, there is nothing wrong in dreaming big, okay? Trust me, nothing wrong in dreaming big. For me, dreaming big is a true sign of humility before God. Because when your dreams are big enough, you are saying that, Lord, to achieve my dreams, this exceeds my ability. So I need your ability in my inability. So I believe having a big dreams becomes very crucial. Setting small dreams, I tell you, that is not humility. That is
Starts with, it starts with taking up risk.
100%. For example, we started this coaching institute also taking a very big risk. For example, our operating cost monthly basis is very high, right? So we need to generate enough income to keep the business afloat. So that is why I believe that calculated risks is so crucial. If you don't take calculated risks, you can never grow in life. Impossible is the word, I should say. And see, especially for the teachers, just want to say is that we have a very big responsibility in shaping, molding young people. And sometimes I believe students are looking at our actions rather than what we say. So the life that we live speaks much more than what we say. So even me also, every day I have saying that I have a lot of weakness, I have a lot of fear, insecurity, still I am battling with every day. And I'm also trying to be I'm also trying to live up to the standards which God expects me to live. And I fell flat on my face many times. In fact, I failed many people, disappointed many people, but saying that I will never give up. in my attempt to live up to that standard, which God expects of me. If I fail 100 times, so be it. I'll try 101 times. That is what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing all your insightful knowledge and educating not just me, but along with all the viewers. I hope that everyone get to learn something today, and we are so thankful for your time and effort in coming this far in life. We believe that, there are a lot of other people's opinion in the world, which does not determine your potential, but it is you yourself, your hard work, your personality, and your personal relationship aligned with the Lord makes the person who you are, right? So it is an encouragement for everyone, every viewers today, never to give up, focus in your goal, and continue to strive for excellence. Thank you.